It was a normal Saturday evening when Sarah texted saying she was at a friend's party. At first, I didn't think much of it. After all, it was a Saturday night and we both had our own plans. But there was a nagging feeling in my stomach. It wasn't anything specific, just an instinct that something wasn't right. I brushed it off, telling myself I was overthinking, and went on with my night. Then I got the alert. The tracking app we used, just for safety, notified me that Sarah's location didn't match where she said she was. She told me she was at a party, but the app showed her somewhere completely different. I figured it was a glitch at first. I refreshed the app, but the location stayed the same. I tried calling her, no answer. I tried again, but it went straight to voicemail. My anxiety spiked. Something didn't feel right. I grabbed my keys, my heart pounding, and headed out. I didn't know where I was going, but I couldn't ignore the feeling. The location led me to a secluded area far from the usual city buzz. I parked down the street and stared at a large, modern house. My mind raced. Should I even be here? But I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off, and I had to know what was really going on. I stepped out of the car, my legs heavy as I walked toward the house. The closer I got, the more my gut twisted. I stopped by a window, trying to stay out of view, and then I saw her, Sarah. But she wasn't alone. A man was sitting beside her, laughing and touching her arm. It felt like the world around me had disappeared. She wasn't at a party. She was with him. I couldn't confront them in that moment. The pain was too raw, and the shock was overwhelming. I turned and walked back to my car, a wave of anger and confusion flooding me. What was I supposed to do now? The weight of what I had seen was too much to process all at once. I needed answers, but I couldn't face her just yet. Over the next few days, I kept my distance from her, watching, waiting for the truth to unfold. Every time she said she was out with friends, I could see the truth in her eyes. I knew it was him. I could feel the betrayal sinking deeper into my heart, and it hurt more than I could have imagined. But I wasn't going to let her get away with it. Eventually, Sarah confessed. She admitted to seeing him for months, lying about everything. The betrayal stung. But what hurt the most were the lies, the web she had spun to cover her tracks. I felt like I'd been punched in the gut. How could she have been so careless with my trust? But I wasn't going to sit quietly and let her move on with her life. I gathered evidence, photos, texts, everything I could find. I wasn't going to be the victim anymore. I confronted her, showing her everything. The shock on her face was almost satisfying. She had no excuses. For once, she couldn't hide behind words. She was caught. She begged for forgiveness. She said she was sorry, that it just happened, but it didn't matter anymore. I had been betrayed by the one person I trusted the most, and no apology would ever change that. I was done. But I didn't stop there. I needed the truth to be known. I reached out to her friends, the people she had been hiding this from, and I made sure they knew everything. Every detail of her lies, every moment of deceit. I wasn't looking to destroy her, but I wanted justice. She needed to understand that actions have consequences. The fallout was swift. Her reputation crumbled and her friendship shattered. Everything she had built around her was gone. The humiliation she felt wasn't the revenge I wanted, but it was the justice she deserved. As I walked away, I realized something important. The revenge wasn't about ruining her life. It was about taking my power back. For so long, I had felt like the victim, like I was the one being destroyed. But now, I was in control of my own fate. I wasn't going to let her define me anymore. I rebuilt myself, stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever. The betrayal no longer defined who I was. I had learned that sometimes the most powerful revenge is not seeking destruction, but taking control of your life again. The power was now in my hands, and I was ready to move on.